LEGO Star Wars May the 4th promos have changed a lot over the years, but I think we're back into a great rhythm with this one here for 2025. This is the Kamino Training Facility set number 40765 containing 190 pieces. This was released as part of the LEGO Star Wars May the 4th Be With You promo here in 2025. You had to spend $160 US in order to get this set, so it's not available for purchase and is already retired and exclusive and gone. The set features 3 exclusive minifigures and a training facility build with a really niche ship we'll take a look at. Back of the box shows a few other play features and how the ship can land and be played with. Welcome into Old Mountain Bricks, everybody. We're going to do a quick time-lapse speed build of the set and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Let's get started. As we cut open the box on this year's May the 4th Be With You exclusive gift with purchase, inside you will find 2 plastic bags still and the small instruction manual. You'll notice that the instruction manual does not have a QR code on the outside. So as we tear open the bag and get started with the build, of course the first thing you start off with here is going to be just these little turret things, which we'll take a look at in just a moment there. But of course the main parts of this build are the little Clone Cadets over to the side here, and then the actual little ship. So it's just a fun little build. It's only 190 pieces, but it goes together quite well. Had some interesting techniques that I haven't encountered before with some of the big rounded pieces, so that was always fun to see with something like this. But let's go ahead and finish up and take a closer look. Okay, and here is the Kamino Training Facility gift with purchase, all finished up here. So of course there's kind of 3 sections to this build: the minifigures, this little ship, and their training facility. First we'll take a closer look at the ship. This is a KE-8 Enforcer. Basically it's a floating patrol vehicle, so when the clones are doing their training, the Enforcer flies around and monitors them. I'll put a little screen cap from the movie where it's briefly shown for maybe a frame or two here. But basically what this is, this little arm or leg, I guess you'll call it, kind of just straightens out like that. And that is how it's supposed to look, just kind of flying around like this. So it's pretty neat that it's able to do that. I don't think it's really meant to land in this way, so I'm sure they took a few creative liberties in order to do that, but I don't mind it. One of the other features of the KE-8 Enforcer is these little jet propellers, I guess we'll call them, can rotate. They're kind of on like the notched, you can kind of hear it. So you can kind of rotate this around so it can kind of fly forward if you put the thrusters in like that angle, or like really forward like that, or just float by kind of putting it in the position like that. I think it looks best if you kind of tilt it just a little bit more down there so you don't see some of the bottom of the studs there. Of course, the front can open up as well, just has your standard kind of windscreen piece, kind of like in the dark black color they've been doing recently. A minifigure can go inside there. You just kind of push them in just like that, and you can close them in if you wanted to there. I don't know if clones would actually be in this, but I would assume like Kaminoans would be, but hey, I'm not trying to invent the lore if Lego's okay with it there. It's definitely a ship we would never get otherwise, so I like that Lego's doing something like this, especially for gift with purchases. Not too many people would want this on its own as its own ship, but real thing everyone's after are definitely the minifigures in this set. Taking a look at the minifigures that come with this set, they are all 3 the same, other than they do come with different style blasters. You can see here, you have the larger one, the medium one, and the small one, still just as good. The main feature of this is they do have dual molded legs, you can see here, which is a rarity for LEGO Star Wars for some reason. They just don't do it. So from these Clone Cadets, having the dual molded legs is definitely great. They do have all the standard clone face we see most of the time now, and they do have arm printing with like the cloner logo on it. It's hard to show it on camera there, but it is on their sleeves and everything, just like in the movie, seen in some other spin-offs as well, like the Clone Wars and everything. But I think these look great. It's a shame that, folks really won't be able to army build these too much there because it was a gift with purchase. I'm sure folks are selling these on the secondary market to folks who really want them. But for what they are in the set itself, I really like them. and I think they're going to be a fun May 4th collectible to look back on. The rest of the build here is really nothing too exciting, just kind of like a little tower I think they fight up against. It's on a turntable. These are meant to signify like blasters as well that they're training against, and this is a little barricade that the clones can hide behind. You can see it actually does come with extra weapons, which is again a rarity in LEGO Star Wars here. So it comes with a few weapons you can store on there. Of course, you could store some of theirs as well, but it rotates around. The clones can kind of hide behind it. You can kind of see there and then fight the little turret there. These two items I'm not as thrilled with. If anything, the barrier should have been at least maybe 3 clones wide to kind of set it up. I guess the idea is you can have kind of 2 and then maybe 1 off to the side a little bit there. But again, I don't think folks are buying it for these pieces here, but it's okay. So again, putting it all back together here, I think this was a great May 4th promo. I think they need to continue doing things like this as opposed to doing some of the weird dioramas they were doing for a little bit, or even just one minifigure. I think doing something like this is a lot better, and I just like the idea of doing like these smaller ships or other scenes we might not get in LEGO Star Wars too often as their own sets. Again, obviously the star of the show are the minifigures, and I think they're great, and they need to continue doing that as well. But I think that will do it for today. So leave a comment down below what you think of this set. Should it have just been its own LEGO Star Wars set instead of just a gift with purchase? Or is LEGO maybe making a mistake by just doing these as gift with purchases? Leave a like on the way out, subscribe to Old Mountain Bricks for even more LEGO Star Wars content and reviews, and of course LEGO City updates and more things to come in the future. So until next time, thanks for coming by Old Mountain Bricks today. Have a good one.